What is up? It is Austin here, bringing you guys another video. And today I have another update on the YouTube Actman situation. And this one's actually pretty funny because I'm actually kind of involved in this one. So if you missed my last video, it basically talked about how YouTube is just corrupt at this point. Like, there's no denying it. They are silencing people over the whole Actman situation. They're not listening to any constructive criticism. They're siding with the guy who wished that there were more gay people involved in the Pulse nightclub shooting. So yeah, that's where YouTube stands on this, if you were wondering. But as of recently, YouTube has been silencing a lot more people than I thought, to the point where they're silencing comments on my video. Now, you guys know me. I'm not the biggest YouTuber. My previous Actman video sits at 40 views. But something I noticed was that I was getting comments on my video, and then when I click on my video, I wasn't getting the comments on the video. So if you know what I mean, the comments weren't showing up. So I thought that was interesting. YouTube removed those comments, and these were comments of people saying, yeah, YouTube is corrupt, they're handling this totally wrong, all that kind of stuff. So they are literally going to the smallest channels and silencing people who have the guts to speak up about them. Now, another interesting thing in this situation I think needs to be talked about is that another YouTuber known as Optimus, you may have heard of him, he's actually one of my personal favorite YouTubers, he had a meeting scheduled with YouTube. And in one of Optimus's videos about the whole, YouTube meeting thing, he said that he was actually going to bring up the Actman situation to them and see what they had to say about that. Well, YouTube, out of nowhere, totally canceled their meeting with no word to him. They didn't tell him why they canceled it. They just did. So it's very clearly obvious to me that they heard that he was going to bring up the entire Actman situation to them, and they decided to cancel the meeting. Now, what does this mean in, my opinion? It means that YouTube knows they're wrong. They know they fucked up, and they're just trying to save face and be like, no, actually, our policies are the right way. We are doing the right thing, but they're not. Obviously, they're not. Anyone with a brain knows that YouTube fucked this entire situation up. They just don't want to admit it. Now, I think it's funny, but it's also really sad that they're going to these lengths to silence anybody who tries to speak up on it. And they're getting ratioed hard, man. They've made like 4 different tweets on Twitter that have more comments than likes, and they're all about justice for Actman and YouTube is corrupt. So shout outs to all the homies that are keeping the trend. But they're getting all these posts, and they're just getting ratioed, so they're just deleting the posts. So like Team YouTube hadn't tweeted in like 4 to 5 days. It was crazy. And then I made a tweet towards Team YouTube. I asked them why my comments were getting deleted on my video, and I got no response. So there's only like 2 comments on the previous video, even though in my YouTube studio it says I have 7, and I checked if they're marked as spam, and they're not. So YouTube is quite literally silencing my comment section, which I just think is hilarious and pathetic. Because again, I'm not a huge YouTuber. I have 629 subscribers. I'm not massive. I don't get that many views per video. I'm not a big YouTuber, but it's clear to me they're looking up anyone that's talking about the situation and they're silencing them. And obviously it's pathetic, but YouTube doesn't care about that. They're just trying to save face and say, no, our policies are the right way. We made the right call, even though it's clear that they're lying. They didn't review anything Actman sent them. And they're also lying when they say that they actually haven't said they haven't silenced anybody, but they're acting like they haven't, They're trying to act like this whole thing didn't happen with making completely unrelated tweets on Twitter when everyone wants to know about the Actman situation, or when they have interviews scheduled with bigger YouTubers, they decide not to go through with the interview because, oh my goodness, those YouTubers might bring up the Actman situation to them. So it's just mind-blowing. I know Actman is still active on Twitter, and he was actually streaming, I think, yesterday on Twitch. So glad to know he's around. Glad to know he's all right, because there was still people from Quantum just totally doxing him. I mean, pretty sure Quantum doxed like his brother or something like that. It's crazy. But aside from that, yeah, this is pretty pathetic. Quantum is able to get away with all this bullshit that he's doing, and no one's doing anything about it. Well, I shouldn't say no one, because the community has stood up to him, and it's pretty awesome to see the community stand up against a guy like that. But YouTube clearly just doesn't care, and it's sad because YouTube was supposed to be on our side. They can't even uphold their own policies. They pick and choose favorites, which is clear. And as usual, YouTube sides with hate, and YouTube is corrupt. I think we all know that by now. They quite literally are siding with someone who wished there were more gay people involved in the Pulse nightclub shooting, someone who is anti-LGBTQ, all that kind of stuff, openly is homophobic, and YouTube states on their platform they do not allow any of that. But it's clear that they do, because they chose not to do anything about it. So that's pretty much it for the video. That's just what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I wanted to give you guys a little update on the situation because I thought it was funny that they were actually silencing my video because my video isn't that popular. So I can only imagine what it's doing to actually popular YouTubers. It's just, it's pretty sad. I'm surprised YouTube's going this far, but I'm going to keep talking about the situation and I'm going to keep uploading about it. YouTube doesn't scare me. I don't really care if they don't like what my 40 view video had to say about the whole Ackman situation. So, YouTube, no one's scared of you. Quantum, no one's scared of you. I think the community is doing a great thing right now by standing up to all this, all the tweets on Twitter, all the posts on social media, all the other videos I'm seeing about it. Even some of my favorite YouTubers that aren't even in that community are talking about it. Like I know Mr. T Lexify was making a couple videos, justice for Ackman. So, Mr. T Lexify, thank you. That's pretty awesome that people from other communities are standing up to this. But like I said, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Help me on that road to 650 subscribers. And yeah, I'm doing a little more Resident Evil 4 gameplay lately. I've just been doing gameplay of whatever I want to play, not really just Call of Duty. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. This is Austin, and I'm out. Peace, guys.